there any special diet for children with diabetes? What would be the best kind of diet for a child with diabetes? A child with diabetes needs to eat healthy like any other child. It's recommended to eat a good portion of fruits, vegetables, and pulses, grains. As far as the macronutrient goes, we have three groups of macronutrients, that is proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, and each one of them supplies energy, which is measured in kilocalories. Proteins, 1 gram of protein gives about 4 kilocalories, and 1 gram of carbohydrate gives 4 kilocalories, 1 gram of fat gives 9 kilocalories. But that doesn't mean that they have a similar impact on blood glucose. It's the carbohydrates that is converted to glucose and absorbed, and which impacts the blood sugar. Carbohydrates is the most important source of energy for our body. The cells of our body are functioning 24/7, and it's glucose that comes from carbohydrates that supplies energy for these cells to function. Insulin is the key that unlocks the doors of the cells and allows glucose to enter the cells where it's burnt as energy. So glucose supplies about 50 to 55% of the energy for our body to function normally. The contribution of carbohydrates to the total daily calories would be about 50%. The proteins contribute about 15 to 20% of the calories, and fats about 30 to 35% of the total daily calories. So this should be the distribution of proteins, fats, and carbohydrates on an average. We don't micromanage on a day-to-day basis, but a healthy eating pattern with all the food groups involved supplies this amount of this proportion of the macronutrients. Now, each meal, it's suggested that the carbohydrates be split among different food groups. There are 5 food groups which supply carbohydrates. One of them is the cereals, our rice, wheat, chapatis. And the other food group is the pulses, rajma, chana, chole, and other legumes. The third food group that supplies carbohydrates is the milk and curd dairy group. And the fourth is the fruits. And of course, the fifth, which is the least that we would encourage a child to consume, would be the junk food, the sweets and savories. Having said that, they do have the flexibility to include it in their diet with the carbohydrate counting techniques. It is easier for them to include it in an occasional party or a weekend outing.